Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Sejanus, his fall, and today we get to hear from Macro in Act 4, Scene 4. Now, this is a very short scene between Macro and Caligula. Caligula is one of Agrippina's sons, so he's one of the three kids that's like in line to become emperor once Tiberius is out of the picture, since Drusus Sr. is already dead. And Macro is another sycophant who has been kissing Tiberius' butt, and then Tiberius sort of enlisted him to spy on Sejanus and also the Agrippina crew a little bit, but mostly to spy on Sejanus because Tiberius is becoming a little bit wary of Sejanus, and he's hoping that Macro can find some dirt on Sejanus while Sejanus is finding dirt on the other people, and what Macro's doing, what Sejanus is doing, will eventually lead to the undoing of both of them, and Tiberius will have kept his hands clean in the whole thing. But recently, Sejanus kind of saved Tiberius' life when a building was about to collapse on Tiberius. So there is a little bit of fear that Sejanus may now have too much power to ever be able to truly be brought down. But Macro is considering that a challenge. He's not backing off from what he's been doing. And also in Act 4, we just saw Sejanus get set up. He was goaded into saying some potentially traitorous things against the emperor. So he has been arrested, and he knows exactly that, he's been set up, and this is all kind of ridiculous. So at the top of Act 4, Scene 4, we get Macro and Caligula coming in, and Macro's like, "You're in danger, kid. Like, just look around. Your mom and your brothers have all been named by the Senate. Sabinus just got arrested. Like, you gotta watch your back, because this is not a friendly place for you to be." And Caligula says, "Well, please advise me. What should I do? Where should I go? How do I deal with this situation?" And Macro says to go for Capri presently, and there give up yourself entirely to your uncle. Tell Caesar, since your mother is accused, to fly for succors to Augustus' statue and to the army with your brethren. You have rather chose to place your aids in him than live suspected, or in hourly fear to be thrust out by bold Sejanus' plots, which you shall confidently urge to be most full of peril to the state and Caesar, as being laid to his particular ends, and not to be let run with common safety. All which, upon the second, I'll make plain, so both shall love and trust with Caesar gain. So this is Macro's plan. He wants, remember, Tiberius is currently not in Rome, and he had left Sejanus in charge of things. So Macro is telling Caligula that he should go to where Tiberius is in Capri and sort of surrender himself there. Say, like, my mom is a basket case and my brothers are in the army, so please, Uncle Tiberius, take me in, and I would rather be with you because that's safer than to be in Rome and have people suspect me of things, or to be a target for Sejanus. Macro gets the idea here, or at least shares the idea here, that Caligula should relay to Tiberius that Sejanus is dangerous, and the plots that Sejanus are coming up with are dangerous and will undo the state and will undo Tiberius, which then Macro can also relay that same message, reinforcing it with Tiberius, but also getting both Caligula and Macro into Tiberius' good graces and maybe kicking Sejanus out. So Macro is doing what he's supposed to do. He is trying to undo Sejanus, but Caligula doesn't get any of that. He's just like, here's somebody that's giving me good advice. So after this monologue, he's just like, yep, okay, let's go. And that's the end of the scene. So yeah, I'm curious to know whose plots do you think are going to be victorious in this play? How do you think this is all gonna come undone? Leave me a message in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.